Running Stuff and Junk, episode number 77. No, this is the PR project, not Running Stuff and Junk. It's basically Running Stuff and Junk.
That could be the name of the podcast, to be honest.
Really? Okay, let's think about that, guys.
Why don't you,
PR project.
In the meantime, go get that copyrighted so nobody steals it.
Running Stuff and Junk, volume number 97. Episode number 97 of the PR project, Running Stuff and Junk. We are here to talk about running stuff.
And some junk.
There we go. What's up, y'all?
What up, though?
Gary?
I'm playing a fast and loose with an open mic right now. So I got
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fast and loose.
Yeah.
How we like it.
Hot Mic Chronicles.
Yeah. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everybody that celebrates Thanksgiving. We've seen a lot of food. Some of us have seen mashed potatoes. Some of us have seen yams. Some of us have seen neither one. Some of us have seen potato salads. I've heard that people have potato salad, and that's why no potatoes are on the. We don't have to go too far into this unless you guys want to.
I've seen a travesty happen on TikTok, actually. Somebody put the whole tray of potato salad in the oven with the rest of the stuff that was supposed to go in the oven. And they put it out. It was like, who put the potato salad in the oven?
Imagine having hot potato. Well, I'm about to say imagine having hot potato salad. I've tossed it. So I don't like cold food necessarily, right? So Gary, relax. Okay, relax. I have tossed some food that I had in the microwave, and I put the potato salad on the plate with like 30 seconds left to go because I don't like cold food like that. So it wasn't like hot; it was just less cold,
like room temp almost.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dangerous behavior. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, it's like borderline like psychotic behavior. I'm not saying that it's normal, but what I'm saying is like it's for a reason, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Listen, if I have ice cream, I put it in the microwave for like 15, 20 seconds.
And then if you're getting it out of the carton, right?
Yeah. In the
carton.
Yeah. I put it in but at the same time, that's one of my favorite things, or the things that I miss about apple pie, is by like being able to heat up the apple pie or whatever is hot. You put the big scoop of ice cream on it, and then I'll toss that in the microwave just for a quick second, just to get the
I think that's normal. I think putting a mayonnaise based salad into the microwave is the issue.
I mean, guys, come on. I mean, listen. You where do you get your mayo from?
The store?
At what aisle? What aisle? Point is, you get it from the aisle. You get it from the room temperature aisle. Okay, let's not act like this stuff is just supposed to be cold at all times. Okay,
it's not supposed to be hot though.
I'm not saying that. I told you this. I'm not. Listen, we're not about to try to act like I just said I nuked my my what is it called, my potato salad for 2 minutes just to get my potato salad hot. I'm not tossing the salad into the microwave.
You want warm potato salad? That's you know what I'm saying. That's nothing to be. I don't even know if you eat potato salad at this point in your life, because
it doesn't have to be a mustard base.
Like, yeah. I'm doing all this talking. I ain't had potato salad in approximately 7 years. So, right. I mean, maybe we should just move on to something different.
Sounds
have
good.
You, one more thing. This is the post Thanksgiving conversation. We talked a lot about food, so we might as well stay here for a second. Then we could talk about Gary's wonderful race, right?
Yeah.
But Gary, I already know the answer for you, Aaron. I think I do. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Go.
Well, we have pumpkin. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I saw it. I saw the.
Oh no, we got to talk about this, Aaron. I done kicked him off the show. I kicked him off the show for a second. I had to kick him off. Bro, did he say pumpkin pie?
Yeah, he said pumpkin pie, and I think you're gonna be disappointed in me.
Guys, it's just me on the show. We've lost both of them. Wait a minute, guys. Y'all be having pumpkin pie?
Look, bro, I'm not a pie kind of guy, to be honest. I'm a pecan pie guy. I like pecan pie. But as far as like pie goes, it's not like I'm reaching for pie on a regular basis or ever, to be honest. But
because who wants to run 3.4 if it's only 3.11? You know what I'm saying?
I think I expressed my dissatisfaction for math jokes earlier this week, so I'm not sure.
crazy.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
It's crazy that that was like at the ready for you, but
You said pie like 5 times, so I was like, "Oh, pie." You know, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
But anyway, my cousin made little like personal size, like pecan pie, pumpkin pie, and sweet potato pie, and I had the opportunity to A and B. I mean, I'll go grab them right now. I had the opportunity to A and B, a pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. I'm just saying, broski.
What are you just saying?
That pumpkin pie was like a 9.5. That sweet potato pie was like a 9.1.
I'm not
They
sure.
both was pie.
I'm not sure who's cooking it.
I'm
not sure who's cooking. I'm not sure who's cooking it. I don't trust whoever this person is. The fact that they even did mini pies, I don't trust them right away. I mean, that shows me that you have lack of commitment. You got commitment issues. I'm just going to cook a bunch of.
You didn't have multiple different types of pies at your Thanksgiving?
We had normal sized pies, yes, but we didn't have sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie. It's not even a thing.
This was at my black family house. I was gonna say you have to understand my situation, but it ain't even that. Let me tell you. All right. Another thing. Another pie.
Gary, have you had peach cobbler before, Gary?
Actually, no.
Jesus. I think peach cobbler is Joe said. Oh, okay. Joe said he's a peach cobbler guy. I was gonna say that might be a ethnic thing too, but maybe not. But another pie innovation that I was introduced to this holiday season, there's a local pie producer that my aunt purchased a pie from because she didn't want to make she didn't feel like getting everything out to bake her own.
Sometimes
and it
you
was
gotta do that.
Pecan pie at the bottom, pumpkin pie on top,
Ooh.
whipped cream. And I thought, I'm not gonna like this. This is way too much going on. So of course I said, just cut me a little piece. You know what I'm saying? Just cut me a little.
I think this is gonna be too much. Cut a small piece.
Just cut me a little piece. Let me see what's hitting on. It was busting, bro. They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not correct, but what I'm saying is, I don't know. So again, this is something that I haven't had in 7 years because the last thing I did have was pumpkin pie because they had a vegan pumpkin pie at Whole Foods, and I've had it for 2 years in a row. Not this year though, because they didn't have it, but it was decent. But every time I brought it around, because that's all I had, everybody, what is it? I'm like, yo, it's pumpkin pie. Like that's all they had. Oh no, you got to move that. Like I had to put it at a different thing. It was segregation. It was segregation immediately. The pumpkin pie was off by itself. But all that to say, I'm with Joe though because I'm more of a peach cobbler or apple pie type of guy. If I got to go that direction, and then with the peach cobbler, because my mom cooks the best peach cobbler, and I think it was like my granny's recipe. But like my mom cooks an amazing peach cobbler to the point where I remember growing up that she used to cook peach cobblers for other people. Like around certain times of holidays, she would cook from other people and they would pay her and whatever. It had that layered on top, the what's the name? The crust on top, and it was layered perfectly with the little
like a lattice. Yeah.
Oh, look, the words and everything, Gary. Gary started sweating.
My mom does 2 pies. One's a pumpkin. And then for my dad, because his mom used to make it for him, is a lemon meringue every year.
Wait, have y'all had key lime pie before?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
But
really.
No, you were a fan?
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah. So I
don't like lemon meringue because I don't like the meringue. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't think I like that either.
Yeah, I don't really like whipped cream. I don't really like cream based, like unless it's ice cream. But don't make that face, sir. But yeah,
just listening.
Key lime, lemon meringue, not really my thing.
Oh, hold on. So like in terms of like going back, like Ready Whip or Cool Whip.
Yeah, you don't like the
Cool Whip. No, Cool Whip
Cool
is
Whip?
not it's not really not really my jam, to be honest.
No, but yeah,
I will eat straight Cool Whip.
we got to change this. We don't have to change stuff. We can talk about this for another 45 minutes. But peach cobbler, throw the ice cream, the vanilla. It's got to be French vanilla ice cream. You can't just be having.
You
like,
gotta
no,
have
like,
a bean flex in the ice
you
cream.
gotta have like that real. You know what I'm saying? You got to spend the money on the ice cream, scoop it on there, and then it got to melt a little bit. But for me, I'm like, okay, there can be a couple peaches in the on the thing, but it got to be mostly crust. Mostly crust.
I mean, I like a good crust.
Banana pudding, but I don't like bananas in it.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm not. I just want it to be like heavy. Like I like
the crust with the syrup on it. Do be
and like the gooey part up under. You know, you got to get that scoop down in there. You know what I'm saying?
These
like
are the
that's
kind of recommendations we need from the chat right here.
Because look, my dessert. Like, look, if it's gonna be dessert, I don't want no like fruit for real. Like, just give me like the dessert part.
I just want the fruit syrup. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Honestly, I was trying to be cordial and say that it gave me a couple pieces of peach, whatever. But you can get rid of all of it. It could just be the syrup and the crust and the ice cream. Who really needs fruit in a dessert? That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to disagree with that in the slightest.
Because like cheesecake. Throw a slice of cheese on there, we will fight. Keep the peaches out the peach cobbler is what I'm voting.
Have you ever had cheesecake? Just real quick.
That sounds like somebody that never ate cheesecake before, for sure.
I'm just saying. Sure. No. Better example. I was playing, but better example. You know how people put like the strawberry. What was that? The cherries on top of the cheesecake. Yeah. Keep them away from me. No.
Add them.
No. Keep them away.
Add them. I'm in violent disagreement with both of y'all. Real fruit makes desserts better.
Is it real fruit though? I mean, a homemade peach cobbler I get, but like if it's peach cobbler from a can, is it real peaches?
Wait, no, I think they're real peaches.
Yeah, peaches usually come from a can, right? That's kind of how a peach cobbler works.
Wait, no, Gary, you ain't had. You shut your mouth, okay? if somebody out there making peach cobblers from scratch, I think the process would be that they'd have to like.
You gotta like macerate the peaches. You gotta put them in sugar for a few days.
Yeah, like I ain't never met nobody did that before. Like if you doing peach cobblers from scratch, you deserve a restaurant or like a peach cobbler place.
Yeah, a peach cobbler factory, if you will.
Okay, hold on. One last thing. If you had to have one dessert and there's nothing else, that no dessert you could ever have the rest of your life, what is it?
Ice cream.
Homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Dang. I wasn't prepared to answer the question. I think mine would have to be like a good red velvet cake. I haven't had it in a long time because most people don't make good like vegan red velvet cakes.
I just wanted to point this out real quick in the chat that Joe says, "All right, I'm gonna catch y'all later," because he doesn't like food.
Joe doesn't like food. So like,
it's crazy.
It's crazy, you know. And the funny part is he'd be like trying to post like food on his Instagram. Like, what, you don't even like this?
Like, your heart not even in it, bro. Like, what are you doing?
No. Don't post food for likes, my dog. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like food, you don't like food. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so okay, so that we got some good votes in here. Natalie said like, and if you know, this is the one dessert forever, like nothing else. We got cheesecake, we got red velvet cake. That's my mama. We got Allison Staples said yellow cake, buttercream icing, corner piece. That's specific, and I appreciate you for that. Yeah. I appreciate you for that. What we got? Joe said in Texas we have some of the best grown peaches I've had only from scratch.
His life has been blessed.
All right, Joe. We'll see you next year in San Antonio.
That sounds decadent. Wait, is he in San Antonio? Steve's Joseph San Antonio?
If he comes back.
All right. Cheesecake for Steve.
Yeah. Very underrated dessert. Pound cake is very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Love pound cake.
I had a banana. I had a banana bread pound cake
Oh,
over the
okay. I could eat that. I could eat that.
over, and it was interesting because it just seemed like a banana bread, but it had like a different type of texture to it. So I'm like, okay, pound cake with the right crisp on top with that icing.
Yeah.
Lord, take me home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I ain't never been this hungry on a podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
15 minutes of pie talk. All right, the PIE project. You know, maybe the spinoff is coming soon.
I feel like we need to have a dessert chat every now and then just to keep Joe Robinson off the show. But yeah, so thank you guys for bearing with us along that journey. This is the episode number 97 of the PR Project. You just saw episode 1 of the Pie Project go down for the first time ever, and I feel like it went well. That might be a segment that we got to bring back, or some type of food talk every now and then, because all of us on this conversation, I think we all agree that we like food.
We're much more experienced with food than we are with running. That's for sure.
I've been eating food way more and way longer than I've been a runner, for sure.
And some of us used to eat a lot more food.
Yeah, the reason why I've been running is to try to offset some of the food that I've had over the years, but I don't think I'll ever catch up to that, you know? And I don't want to. But yeah, so speaking of food, speaking of turkeys, we got one Jive Turkey right here on the show. That's you, Gary. You're the Jive Turkey of the hour, you know? And I want you, Gary, to talk about said turkey trot that we talked about last week and why we're even talking about food in general. How did it go, Gary?
I thought it went really well.
I did. So I'm going to tell y'all how I felt. I'm sorry.
Now, all things considered, I ran a pretty decent race. I went according to the game plan that my coach and I set up. Tommy left for a second. But my coach, Melissa Johnson White, and I set up a game plan for first mile, 5:50 to 6 minutes, second mile, 5:45, third mile, just, rip the Band-Aid off and go. I was excited because it was my first race, really since Eugene. I had been injured all summer, and I got right to the front of the line for this race, which was kind of easy to do. I was surprised to get all the way up to the front like that, and then quickly overwhelmed by all the folks who shouldn't have been up front, just taking off super crazy. But I didn't let it get to me. I actually had a hard time getting up to speed for the first mile. I think I closed that first mile out at 5:58, which is, under 6 minutes, right on schedule. But for some reason, I was like, I'm having a hard time getting up here, and maybe it's because I didn't do my strides beforehand, to kind of get my legs ready to go. But after that, I knocked it down to 5:45 pretty easily for the second mile. I was kind of racing back and forth with this one guy, and I realized I was going at his pace, not my pace. So once I kind of realized that, like maybe halfway through the second mile, I just picked it up and just kept going strong. When I got to the cheer squad, I went to go do the whole slapping hands along the side of with the cheer squad, and some lady cut me off in the middle of it from what I thought was she knew people out there and she's trying to get a high five in. I later found out she thought I was at a water station, and she was lunging in for some refreshment or some water, and I darn near took her arm off. So that's racing.
That's racing.
Yeah.
They didn't know you ran cross country, and that's how you get down.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. But then I closed out pretty strong with a 5:29 mile to close out the final mile, and then that point, whatever it was, I think it was 5:04. So I was this close to breaking 17, which was the goal. I think if I had been for some, maybe close the tangents a little bit harder, or make the tangents a little bit better for me, and kind of not having a bob and weave among the 10K runners, maybe I would have done that. Who knows? But everything went to plan. I felt great. I finished strong. My only really main regret, aside from just barely missing the sub 18, was not winning my my age group, which you figure 33rd overall with 9,500 runners, you win your age group, but no, my daughter's boyfriend's dad beat me by a lot. He ended up doing 17:20.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh. But to see I had the splits on the screen as you were talking, to see that you negative split each mile, I'm sure that is a good confidence builder going into spring, the winter, and just kind of show you're on the right track coming back from injury. How did you feel cardio wise? I'm sure your chest was burning at some point because you haven't ran that hard for that long for quite some time.
Honestly, surprisingly well. We were talking. I was talking with Tommy beforehand, and we were like, he's like, you better have track hack. You better like just work as hard as you can to get track hack. I didn't. I was actually surprised. And I'm wondering, because I'm going to run it back this weekend, I'm wondering if I have a little bit more in the tank, or I could have gone out a little bit harder, or, like where's where can I improve, or, where can I work harder to get to come off the finish line dead? What do I need to do here? But no, surprisingly, my cardio was decent, and I haven't, my last couple of weeks of training haven't been those 50-mile weeks. They've, just for various reasons, they've been, mid 30s. So I wasn't like I was peaking at the right time either. I'm just felt really good. The weather was great. Went in with a singlet and shorts and gloves, no long sleeves, which probably won't be the case this weekend, but it was a goal race for me. So I went in with goal race mentality.
Yeah. And what do you, where do you think you shine in a 5K, and where do you think you just historically, where do you think you kind of struggle, and what do you think your strengths are when running a distance like 5K?
Definitely the second mile is usually my toughest mile, because that's when you have a little bit of time to get in your head. Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going too slow? Oh man, that person like sped past me. All the negative thoughts kind of get in your head in that second mile. So that's the one you really got to hold tough on. My biggest strength is my kick at the end of a race. When needed to, I've been able to, outkick a lot of folks. I don't know where it comes from because I'm not a sprinter, but when push comes to shove, I have a heck of a kick. So
I was asking you that because we are actually racing the same 5K on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. So I need as many advantages as I can because I'm not in the greatest shape. So I got to figure out where I can lean on you and where I got to, what I got to do to make it work. So I'll try to bury you in mile 2, and then hopefully you don't catch me.
Boy, Gary, you're not looking too good out here, are you?
Allison says, Gary, you can't let him beat you, and his son is dating your daughter.
Oof.
We're setting some interesting precedents here.
Yeah. It also didn't help that the boyfriend also beat me as well. So.
And how did Abigail run? What, did she have a good race, or did she?
She did okay. She had a fun run. Her and her teammate from cross country, they ran it together, just to do the turkey trot. I don't think they really were looking to get after it, but I think she had a few other teammates out there. One of her teammates, who's a freshman, actually won the 14 and under division. So it was fun to see her teammates out there and having a good time and laughing. Like it's a good freshman group of friends out there who enjoy running. So hopefully they build on that, and maybe next 5K she does, it'll be to get after it. So
yeah, I see she was wearing the eye paint. I might pull that look out for a race one day. It's kind of sweet. Yeah. It might land a little different from a 30-something-year-old man, but it's worth a shot at least.
Yeah, she came dressed for battle, but still had some fun.
I think that might be the way to do it. That might be the unlock, actually, is to show up at the start line with like all of the runner's gear, but then just hang out,
Yeah,
enjoy the vibes, take cool pictures.
I think she actually flirted with the idea of running in a Cookie Monster outfit.
Mm,
You know, because there's a lot of costumes out there
yeah.
and a lot of lack of costumes. Were you out there? Did you wait your squad?
Unfortunately, I didn't make it. It was I woke up because I was gonna come and cheer, but my alarm went off at 6:45. That was super early and my bed was super warm. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know, it's Thanksgiving, man.
It's Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to stay in bed.
Yeah, I get it. But there was a lot of fun costumes. 4 guys in Speedos, which
Salute.
good for you guys.
Yeah, no, that's a commitment to a bit that I don't think I have.
Yeah, I was saying to Abigail, I go, it's one thing for 4 guys to line up, but to stay in order, like to run together, you know,
Yeah.
that's wow. You know, you are putting on a show.
Oh, absolutely. They came with one specific purpose, and that was to garner some attention from the ladies. Well, I'm not gonna say Kathleen. That's weird. Wow. Mama runs. She says, "What's the 5K coming up?" So me and Gary will be running the 2nd annual Run Elf Run in my hometown of Pontiac, Michigan. This is literally the only road race that takes place in the city of Pontiac. So I won it last year. We will see about this year because Gary is in much better shape than I am. But I had a decent workout on the treadmill today, so you know we might be able to let it rip a little bit. But yeah, I'm fearing that I'm going to have flashbacks to Eugene when I just watched Gary get smaller out in the distance, and I had no answer for him.
I'm excited about this race just because the course is an out and back. Though
Yeah.
I understand the first half's a little slight incline.
Mm-hmm.
So just doing my prep work.
Yeah, it'll keep you honest, but you can really let it fly, especially in like the last half mile. You can really let it fly.
Are you gonna run fast, Gary?
That's I'm running this back. I'm gonna get that sub 18.
I mean, like I said, after you finish that one, you should just run 2 seconds faster. Yeah, I'm thinking about signing up, but I'm not. I didn't know you were gonna. I'm gonna sign up too. I think, Aaron. I'll come out there. I just don't. I'm not running fast. I don't think.
I mean,
He
fast
says
is
that.
relative.
He says that.
Fast is relative. You could run 6-minute pace with us, and that wouldn't be like hard for you.
I don't know if you understand how my body's working right now.
I've seen you jump off the porch and run really fast.
I seen you beat a pancake 2 weeks after Boston.
I've seen me chasing you for 15 seconds on the course just to get a video, and you kept going. I was like hands on knees, huffing and puffing.
You didn't get a good warm up in. That's all.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, Allison says, Gary, who did your daughter congratulate first? You, her boyfriend, or her boyfriend's dad?
Hopefully in the order that they finished. She should have been in the order that y'all finished.
She saw her boyfriend first. She didn't see me till we got inside. So
yeah, I mean Gary was like what 20 minutes after the kid.
Yeah.
That's how math.
No, 40.
Seconds.
Right? No, seconds. 40 seconds.
Oh.
I said minutes.
Yeah.
I said
I
minutes.
was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah.
Man, 40.
So
40
his dad beat him though.
No, he let his son win.
Oh, you let him win. Okay.
Yeah.
There's not a chance. There's not a chance. Actually, I did that last year. Never mind.
But hold on, the Canadian. So it's a very polite, you know.
I had to step off for a second, guys. I'm sorry. So did we talk about the fact that these people come down
Or over.
and then race or over, however you want to say it, and then race
on our Thanksgiving?
on our Thanksgiving holiday when they have their own Thanksgiving holiday to do?
Are you saying that the Turkey Trot should be an America First event?
Yes. I mean, only for these two folks. I mean, everybody else, it doesn't matter. But I'm on Team Gary. I don't care how
the good news is the gentleman in question is 46 years old. So next year, I don't have to worry about him in my age group anyway.
I get. I mean, if I'm Team Gary. Whatever works for you, Gary. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I know. It's not like I go to Canada on October 4th and run in their Turkey Trot, eh?
You don't see me coming. whipping out my
He-
enhanced driver's license to come over there and run a race.
Next year,
Going over the ambassador.
he might not even be able to run it next year. There might be a tariff. There might be a 25% price increase for him to run it.
Tax him. I mean, just him. Is that what we're talking about? Just him.
I'll be at the ambassador. Take off, hoser.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't like it. I didn't like it. If you didn't point him out. I could have helped Gary. I could have somehow gotten in the way.
So you actually took footage of the start line,
Mhm.
and I was ahead on the start line. Like I was right on the line.
Mhm.
And then
I didn't
Abby-
see you. I didn't see you at all, actually.
I was able to find myself. I was on the other side of the announcer's booth.
Mhm.
So like way at the literally the last guy in the line, and then they were behind me in the corral.
You know what I find fascinating about longer distance races is like a 5K and up. The false starts is crazy to me.
So if you go back and take a look at that footage that you took,
Oh no, I'm just
somebody
talking
false
about.
started.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That guy, I watched him do it. He was like antsy, ready to go. Did he win?
I don't know.
He
I
should have.
don't know what has been. He should have.
I don't
I don't know what to do
understand
there.
like people feeling like they have to get off the line. Like, how much is that really affecting your time? Like,
Did you guys see the start of the Valencia marathon? If you go back to it, like the first 10 guys were like literally put arms swinging. Like, what are y'all? It's a marathon. Relax. Like, what's gonna happen in the first 100 meters?
any little psychological advantage, you got to assert dominance. You got to
Right away.
In the first 30 seconds, you got to show for the next 2 hours and change. I am not relenting an inch.
And the guy the guy who did the most was like, I don't even know if he finished top 5.
Right. Right. And these international big marathons, everybody's jockeying back and forth. Think you take the lead for a mile or two. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Man, and we got some news from that too. Like some good. I think we got a PR that we know of, right? From Valencia.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
So big shout out to Dyra Hansen. She ran what I believe to be a 2-minute PR. She ran 2:55 and change in Valencia. Traveled across the world to run a goal race, and I know she's been training really hard for it. And we were going to try to have her on, but unfortunately the time changed. Well, the time difference is too great, and she said she'd been up since 4 a.m. her time, and we would have been on at 2 a.m. her time. So she wasn't up to stay up for 22 hours straight to make an appearance on a PR project, but she ran a very great race, very strong race. She's a hell of an athlete. So shout out to her. She did a press conference with a friend on Instagram Live a few days before the race. I thought that was kind of cool. So,
she's like,
trying new things.
She's like, I always wanted to do a press conference. Let's do it. I got a shout out to do. I got Sophia Camacho. I met them in New York at around the what's that thing called? World Global Running Day. And I think they are like a Nike NYC running coach as well, but they ran a 2:31:29 in the New York City Marathon.
Okay. And
then they ran 2:31:29, and then today they ran a 2:29:15. So big shout out to Sophia Camacho. Crazy to turn around that fast after New York and run a 2-minute PR.
And then did I see that Sarah Hall broke the Masters record?
Yep. Sarah Hall broke the Masters record. That's not a PR for her, but that is definitely big time. And she had been coming back from she had that injury that kept her out for a while, and I think she did a couple tries to come back at the shorter distances and didn't work very well. But so this one seems like she had a breakthrough.
Yeah.
I think she's like,
are we? Chat, if you ran a turkey trot, let us know how to go. Let us know if you PR. Let us know if you had a good race. Let us know if you dressed up like a turkey or or some people dress up like hot dogs, and I'm just like, I hope y'all not going home and eating hot dogs on Thanksgiving, because that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't see any hot dogs. Not at the not at this
I
trial.
saw a hot dog. I saw a pickle, a couple of pickles.
I
That was
saw
odd.
I saw a few Speedos.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary was telling us about the quartet of
Potato Speedo runners.
Speedos.
Some Santas.
Santa's is crazy. The Detroit Turkey Trot also, he usually has one guy carrying a cross. That's interesting choice.
I saw that video. I mean, I saw
the video.
of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get into the reasons behind that. We can do that after hours.
Yeah, so it looks. I don't think the chat. I don't think the chat raced on Thursday. I didn't race.
Yeah, quiet.
I'm
Yeah,
not
quiet.
one.
Yeah, I thought people raced. I know Joe Robinson's kids ran the mashed potato mile, right? Okay, hold on. Steve McCullough said he's having. I don't even want to finish this.
Subtle flex.
Cayman Islands tonight and ran a half marathon this morning. Whoopity do.
Is this one of those vacations you told your wife about, and it happens to be to be a half marathon there?
I think that's exactly what this is. McKinley ran. The Turkey Trot.
That's right. He was up near the front with me at the start line.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, good job, McKinley. Congratulations on finishing that.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Yeah, man. I was, you know what? I was like, for a second, I was like, hey, for a second, I was like, you know what? I don't think I was gonna, like, normally I see people running and I go like, well, I wish I was running. At no point on Thursday did I wish I was running. Not even close.
Right, because I just weren't feeling it with the weather. Too much pre mashed potatoes.
No, I just was like, I was happy to be there, giving you crap before the race, telling you, filming you, saying you should be nervous, all that stuff, and then watching you run. That was fun. I'm like, hey, this is great.
It might have been the 5th marathon, maybe the 6th marathon, that just kind of made Tommy realize that he don't really like running as much as he think.
Bro, yep. That's 100% what it is.
I get that.
I don't blame you. I can't blame you on that one. 6 marathons in a year is
7.
7.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
Tommy's ran out, and he just ran out.
It's not even the 7 too. It's the 7 buildups, right? So it's the races are one thing. Like you can do 7 26 milers throughout the year, but it's that's just a lot. Like you'd almost have to take some real time off.
Yeah.
Like just kind of mentally recharge as well.
For sure. I'm still fine on the idea of even running 26 miles 7 times in a year. Actually, we saw some people just recently. I saw some people just recently on Instagram that ran 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 different continents, which is pure tomfoolery, if you ask me. But shout out to them for completing it. It's a heck of an achievement, but I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a kid here from Bloomfield. I don't know if he graduated high school already, but he set the world record for the youngest person to ever run that.
The Great Run.
The whatever they call it. But I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool to go to Antarctica, but I'm not sure I'd want to like check it out, not like run on the ice and then leave.
Yeah, and that's the first stop. I was listening to a lady talk about it, and that's the first stop, and then they jump on a plane, and I think they go straight to Australia, and then they go to Europe and do Europe and Asia, but they do it on 2 sides of the river. One side has a marathon, and then the other side has a marathon. They're right next to each other, so they don't have to travel far from Europe to do that Europe and Asia. And then I think they go to South Africa, maybe. I could be making that up. but then they finish in Miami. So the
That's
travel
the hell of a trip.
would
It almost makes sense to go from Antarctica to South Africa to Australia, but you still have to
Maybe.
get to Europe, which is that sucks.
Yeah. The logistics of it alone would kill me to just do that without even like running, just trying to catch up on sleep on a flight. And
Did you see the planes though? Like they had like looked like all first class seating with like Normatec boots all laid out.
yeah, I would expect nothing less.
Yeah,
I
but
would
no,
expect nothing less.
again, I think it's a cool concept, but I don't know. The benefit is just for clout. I mean, there's no like. That's it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's an achievement. It's an accomplishment, but I don't know.
Yeah, but then you see these folks who are doing like a marathon a day to raise money for, you know, the local charity or some huge, you know, like that woman. I forget her name now. I don't know if she did it with one leg or two missing legs. She's an ultra. Well, no, it was like 2-3 years ago. She was doing a marathon a day, and like one of them was during the like right after COVID, whatever. Because Boston was one of hers in 2021. Her and Shalane ran it together, you know, and the money she raised was like for a really good cause at the time. I wish I could remember it to, you know, point people in that direction. But
yeah,
like that's the kind of thing that I get behind that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, something a little more selfless and a little less what's the word?
aggrandizing.
Yeah. McKinley says, Aaron, you got a marathon coming up in 2025. I haven't figured out my 2025 race plans as of yet, but I'm thinking a fast half marathon at some point in the spring, and then another crack at the marathon in the fall. So take a season off from the marathon just because I've ran back-to-back marathon cycles. So I think I'm kind of marathoned out for the moment. So give myself an opportunity to kind of reset and run a little faster and do all that good stuff. So we'll see. But I did enter today. I jumped in the lottery for Cherry Blossom 10 miler because I've never done that before. So if I
when's that?
If I strike gold in their lottery,
when's that?
April 5th, I believe.
Okay.
So figure it'd be cool. Be cool to do.
Yeah, I'd do that one.
Yeah, and it was pretty cheap compared. Well, it's a 10 miler, but you know, usually a race that popular and that sought after costs a little more than $58. But
oh wow, that's not bad at all.
The only thing is you have to, if you want a medal, you have to buy a medal. You have to pay for it.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it's only $58.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's not too crazy.
I put my name in for the Berlin lottery.
Really?
That's on December 5th. I think that's when we're going to find out.
Okay.
So this week.
What about for the spring? What do you think you got coming up for the spring? Have you made any decisions?
I mean, if all things are in the right direction, it's Eugene for sure. So
yeah, I don't know if we've talked about that on the stream yet, but we will be back in Eugene in the spring to do the PR project. Well, it won't. We might do it live. We might.
I think we should find a way to record it. I know we have the camera to do it, like we did at the first TRE. I think that'd be kind of fun to post that as a podcast or even on YouTube or both.
Yeah.
You know,
so
if it's the same setup as we did, like in interviewing all the local athletes and whatnot.
Yeah. So we're taking the live show back out on the road for Eugene, and Gary will be in the expo on Friday and Saturday, like we were this year. And Gary will be attacking the marathon on Sunday. I'm considering running the half also. But we'll see how it goes. I kind of want something a little faster. That hill at mile 8 in the half marathon just seems like it might be a little too much to try to run a super fast half. So
yeah, you don't have to take that out of the equation, like in adding it up. But I think one of the things I've learned about Eugene is that you really need to be at the front of your wave.
Yeah.
Like, because it bottlenecks so quickly for the first 5 miles, maybe.
Yeah. It goes for I'd say more like 3.5.
Yeah,
it goes for a while, and it's a lot of twists and turns in that first that initial 5K portion.
Yeah.
It's just it bottlenecks, and I can't imagine like overcoming that and then trying to run fast for like a half.
Right.
Like, it kind of naturally keeps you honest for the marathon, but in
But
the half,
it doesn't split till after you're done with that hill. In fact, it doesn't really split until after you're past Hayward again and then down to the Riverwalk. And then it splits maybe around a mile after 10 or maybe before 10.
yeah,
Either way. Yeah. Yeah. I don't, I'm sure people do a fast halves, but they have to be like, got to be right in the front,
yeah,
of that
yeah.
wave. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do again this time is get up front. So maybe not so much with they've been really good about like VIP accommodations and whatnot, but like it's nice, but I just need to kind of focus on the race more than, getting a free bagel before I get out there. For sure.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely treat us very well, but also finding a spot and getting out and not, getting caught in a fray is important, especially on a course like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Cherry Blossom, that'll be a cool race to experience. I think that's hilly too, though. And over 10 miles, that should be interesting.
You did the rock and roll half, right? Is that what the one?
Yeah.
NBC?
Yeah.
Did you check to see like how similar the courses?
I didn't, but I do think they run some of the same route.
Yeah.
And it has that hill that the rock and roll had in the half that was at like mile 10. That thing is because it's like you go up a hill, you make a 180-degree turn, and then you go up another hill. It's torturous. It's torturous.
Yeah, I feel like when you're on these courses, you remember the hills like you remember like a bad poker beat, like like that's it. You're gonna know what these are for sure. And but Allison says it's flat.
Oh, word. Well, it was Lance that said it, so he's so used to running in Detroit. Maybe he was just
them Detroit hills.
Yeah.
It was funny at the beginning of the turkey trot. We're going up Woodward, and I'm like, "Is this an incline?"
Yes. Woodward is sneaky in that way. Like it going north, it climbs, and you don't realize it until like. Because I did a workout on the day before Thanksgiving because Woodward is blocked off from Campus Martius all the way to like Grand Boulevard. And so last year I ran on it, and then this year I did a workout. I did a 3-2-1 times 3 kind of situation. So nothing crazy, but I realized like going out, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot Woodward climbs on the way out, and it's not fun. It's
funny the stuff you notice when you're on foot.
Yeah.
So, but I'm prepared. Like I said, I know. I remember I watched actually the video that the Run Elf Run did, and Jared's in there talking about the hill at the beginning, but how you can like finish fast for sure. So
yeah, and it's not bad. It's a very long straight. So you can see that it's climbing. Like it's not like, sometimes you're like, okay, I'm twisting and turning. I know it's gaining, but whatever. But when you got that long straight where you can see that it's climbing the whole way, it kind of tricks you mentally a little bit. But you go all the way out and you make that U-turn, and it's like, okay, I'll get all this back. Let's see what I got left.
Let it fly. Yep.
For sure.
Malik, going back, Malik was he was at the Turkey Trot. He had a good race.
Yeah, Malik.
I saw him pass me pretty early.
I think Malik ran 17:24, which is he said it was the fastest 5K he's ran in quite some time. So
yeah,
Malik is working, man. Malik is putting in the work, getting faster and faster.
Yeah, no, I saw him and I went, no, see you, buddy.
Go ahead, Malik.
Yeah,
you got it, bud.
Yeah, he was starting out too. I think I think his first mile had to be like 5:36 something. So
I'm not quite ready to run that fast yet, but I'm hoping I'll get there.
Yeah.
I ran a workout on the treadmill today. I chickened out and didn't run on the road. But I'm one of those people that I don't mind the treadmill. It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people. I know you're on the you're in fierce opposition of the treadmill. You are anti-treadmill.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one or two of us, it makes it a bit easier. But Dolo,
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think I actually like the treadmill by myself more because I just wear my AirPods and I don't have to talk to people.
Yeah, and I had mine in too, and I had like Spotify and podcasts going on, but I'm just like,
yeah, I never listen to any music. I listen to podcasts, and it almost feels like, okay, I'm having a conversation with my friends on the run. I don't get to talk. Yeah, so I had 15-minute warm up. No. I had 3-mile warm up, 15 minutes at steady state pace, which is a pace that I don't really run up. And I guess it's not steady state pace. It would technically be steady state effort. But it was like 6:20 pace and then a 3-mile cool down. And once I got into the rhythm of the 15 minutes of the workout, it was smooth. It felt really good. I was expecting to burn a little more, like, because I haven't ran any sustained effort since like the marathon. So to run 15 minutes at 6:20 pace was a little reassuring. It's like, okay, we're headed in the right direction. And it was on the treadmill, so it probably was a little easier maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's always a testament to the work we put in year over year that, like, after you take a break and then you got to do like a workout with just a little bit extra speed. I know I get super nervous, but then you hit it and you're like, okay, I'm going to be fine. It's okay to get nervous. I think I get nervous before every speed workout, which I think is normal. But those first few, when you're like, I know I'm not this fit, and then you kind of hit it, you're like, oh, all right.
Maybe I should stop doubting myself. I definitely get nervous. And I was kind of not dreading this one, but I was interested to see how it was going to go, and I would have been fully okay with bombing it. And I think that's like a certain level of freedom that you get like in these early workouts where you just like, if it doesn't go well, I don't care. Like, I know it's not meant for it to, like, for me to be like blowing the doors off of workouts right now anyway.
Right.
So I think that kind of lowers the stakes a little bit.
Yeah, especially because you're also on a treadmill. So it wasn't like you're in the environment that you're used to running one of these,
Yeah. So. And then I didn't have to do the walk of shame if I wouldn't have finished. I wouldn't have had to I wouldn't have had to jog it in, because that's sometimes even worse, because it's like, dang, I not only did this workout not go well, now I have to jog back to the car with the shame, the scarlet letter on my chest.
Yeah, now you just have to like slowly like turn down the dial a little bit. Hopefully nobody's behind you or next to you.
Yeah, exactly. I could just, smoothly dial it down, hop off, and go cry in the
I was done anyway. I was finished anyway. Don't worry, no big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows I'm failing terribly, but when you do it outside, and you're 5 miles away from your car, you're like, man,
yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, because especially now because it's cold. Walking back in the cold. I remember when I first started running, I didn't have a real training plan. I think I was using like a Garmin plan, and it said run on time, run for 2 hours. Or whatever it was. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know any of the streets around here. I ended up 2 miles away from my house and 2 hours was over. And I had already done like 18 some odd miles or whatever it was. I forget whatever it was. I was 2 miles away from my house and I just run the longest I'd ever run in my life. Now I'm like, shit. It's dark out. I called Megan. I said, hey, can you come pick me up? She's like, no, I'm putting the kids to bed right now. There's no way I can get them in the car.
Jeez.
Good luck, buddy.
Like, you became the hitchhiker at that point.
I mean, like, who do I know around here to take my phone call?
Yeah, I think for the first almost 2 years when I started running, I ran exclusively on trails, like Paint Creek and Clinton River Trail and all of those, just because I'm like, okay, I can run out and back. I just know I have to run to the halfway point and run back. Like, running like loops around the neighborhood never even like occurred to me as an option. It was like, no, you have to run out and back. You have to run out and back. And this is the time I was doing like 2 and 3 miles at a time. And I'm just like, No, you got to run a mile and a half out and a mile and a half back if you're gonna do 3 miles. So all
Yeah,
my
it's
first,
funny now.
like all my first Strava posts just look like lines.
Mine are like loops around the neighborhood or
Mm.
whatever. And now I can't even do those because I did it so many times. I can't even like I don't even. I know what this hill is. This part sucks. You know. So you guys all see my routes. I'll go wherever the wind takes me.
Yeah, you making
So-
decisions on the fly, which is very
I really am. Yeah.
behavior. Very risky behavior. But
Yeah.
I thought we would get Tommy back before we close it out today, but it looks like he is still preoccupied with other things. So we'll go ahead and close this week out. Me and Gary got a showdown on Saturday. I think I might look like Mike Tyson, but I'm gonna give my I'm gonna give my all. I'm gonna give my all. So to everyone training through the winter, I think we should do winter running tips next week.
Yeah.
Just to kind of reiterate, like ways to make winter running as stress-free as possible. I think that'd be a good idea to talk about that because it seems like it jumped from 50 degrees to 20. It's
Yeah.
too quick.
Yeah, no. We were talking about that last night at home where my youngest went out without a coat to go see Wicked. And I just think it's not because I think she just didn't realize like, oh, it is cold now. Like it hasn't shifted in her head yet. So
yeah, below freezing brain is still not activated for me because I still go outside with a hoodie and shorts on. And I'm like, okay, we can't do that right now.
yeah, same. But
so we'll talk about that next week. If anybody has tips or questions about winter running that they want us to answer, DM the.pr.project on Instagram, or send a voice message. Do whatever you want. We'll answer it on the show. We'll get you answers to the best of our ability. We're not experts, but we know a little something. So we'll try to make it a little easier for you people that are in the cold weather regions who are experiencing some frozen tundra. We'll see if we can get you guys some tips and tricks. So any last words, Gary?
No, check in next week for winter tips and tricks and to see how the Elf Run Elf showdown went.
It's going to be a fun episode. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that listens on the pod. We'll be back next week. Until then, I don't know. We don't have a punchline, but
yeah, we need a yeah. we need an outro.
We need a good outro. So we'll workshop that. All right. See you later, guys.